Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. My name's Lynn, and this is Ljubica, and we are here to share our journeys with you. Ljubica and I met in February 2019, I think it was. Ljubica, is that correct?
I think so.
Yeah. Through looking for something. We weren't sure, either of us at that stage, what we were looking for. But that, I'd say, was probably when our journeys began, and we started looking into our own self-development, our own inner selves, and have been on a huge, huge journey since. And what I'm passionate about, and I'll let Ljubica tell her own story, is at the end of 2018, I left full-time employment to follow my own heart and do what I was passionate about, and that was to be able to now enable people to empower themselves to be the best version of themselves they could be, to be knowing their own truth and the magnificence of who they are, as we all are. And to do that, I had to find that for myself, and that's where my journey has been taking me, and where I have been learning, and that's where it brings me today to be here to share what I've learned with the world. And I'm really passionate about being able to do that and to help as many other people as possible to be able to find the peace and joy in life that I've been finding. So that's a little of me. Maybe a little bit at this stage you'd like to share about your own journey.
Thank you, Lynn. Thank you. We might correct later on. Time flies by, so none of us have idea which year was that when we met. But anyway, whatever year was that, it was such a pleasure to meet this beautiful lady that we are sharing screen, sharing life together, sharing our perspectives of lives, and also helping each other with our businesses. As Lynn already mentioned, we met at that event searching for something. We didn't know what we are searching for. We just knew that we are searching for something. For me personally, it was looking for the way to empower myself, to express myself, to learn how to do that, to be able to pass it on to other people. If I would want to say, it began at that time, I probably would not be correct, because I was going to write about my personal journey, and I'm struggling to say where did that all begin, because it seems like the whole life journey was leading me to this point where I am right now. So there's no beginning and there's no end to it. That's how I can say it in a simple way. But if I would want to start from somewhere, I would probably start from the event which is the most significant in my life. It was passing on my husband. That was the event that brought up a lot of change in my life, complete transformation, enlightenment, shifting consciousness, call it whatever you want. It was my biggest stepping stone where I recognized that there is a lot in me to share with people, teach people. And there is a lot to learn about myself, and I did. And I took a journey, another level of learning in order to be able to share it with all of you. So Lynn and I joined a program, attended that together. It's called Guided Open, and the journey began. So Lynn, if you would like to share more, you're welcome to share too, so I can have a bit of break at this point.
It's not a problem. Yeah, well, as Ljubica said, her defining moment, I guess, or turning point was the passing of her husband. For me, it was leaving a job of 22 years and jumping off a cliff, basically, into the unknown of what I was going to do with my life after that. And yeah, I guess we all have defining moments that lead us into different directions to help us find more meaning in our life, I guess. And definitely joining Guided Open, doing that course, was absolutely profound for me too. It totally unravelled my life, the way I had been leading it. As many people are still leading life, I guess, it's just being busy and doing and really not giving themselves time. And I think we were, in a way, blessed with time during COVID and able to spend some time doing this course and really doing a deep dive into our own lives and the things that had shaped them and how we could come to terms and understand the beauty in all our experiences, whether they seemed like that or not at the time. And yeah, as Ljubica said, it was profound work, and we both continued on after that and did facilitator courses so that we could learn how to bring this amazing, important work to the world. The world is changing as we know it. We all know that right now for what is happening, and the state of the world in a medical sense is not the only thing that's changing. So we are here to hopefully to help people to transcend that and to understand what's happening to them in their lives and to make the most of all those occurrences and opportunities to see that they are all perfectly imperfect part of your lives. And that's what we're here to share, I guess. Well, it's part of what we're here to share. Do you want to add to that too, Ljubica?
Yes, I would just add to this that talk about what we are not here to do is we certainly cannot change anyone that is not willing to change themselves. We certainly cannot do a job for you. We are here to guide you. We are here to hold you. We are here to share our experiences. We are here to show you that the life is actually perfect. We are here to create a space for you so you can come and share your experiences and express yourself.
Beautifully said.
And there's way more. There's way more. I'm finding it actually very difficult to find words around this. This is just actually beginning. Sorry, say it again.
No, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I think you were correct in saying that what we are offering is guidance rather than you can't change. Nobody can change what's happened in the past, but we can guide you to make choices to make your life how you be and to see your potential, and in a very safe environment where there's no judgment. You are free to be 100% yourself.
If I may just share my experience. Before I began deep inner work, I've listened thousands of podcasts, read thousands of inspirational quotes and quite a few books, and knew basically everything about how to create state of happiness. But going through and still, even though I did know that, going in the world, trying to share what I already knew, I found really, really difficult. And I recognized that there is something holding me down. So what was holding me down, there were fears that were dragging me down. And I knew that unless I break through those fears, that I cannot move forward in my life. But if I don't move forward and share what I already know in my heart, that I simply will begin shrinking inside, and eventually I would die. As horrible as it sounds, that was my reality. And that was something bigger than I could even control. So through that program, we did, as we already said, deep inner work, sharing within a group and having a space similar to the one that we are creating, being able to express who we truly are, going deep down, digging deep, and touching and facing the traumas that we experienced individually throughout childhood, mainly. Me personally, it brought me to the state that I can now stand in front of camera, comparing with previously. That would be such a big, huge deal. I would be now shaking, sweating, and would not be able to do it anyway. Now I'm standing here in front of you, just letting you know that anything's possible with willingness and with support of others, with your courage. Courage is a big thing, actually, huge thing, because we don't know what is there in that unknown world, and it's not always scary. So that's how I got here, and that's through all that I learned a lot, and my learning is continuing and expanding, and I don't want to keep it for myself. And I can't keep it for myself because I love humanity so much that I simply cannot keep it. So, Lynn, would you like to add something?
That's a hard one to follow, Ljubica. What I picked up from you, for me, was also what guided, open, enabled me to do was to face those fears. And what I hadn't realised is that all my life I'd been overweight and that I had buried my fears under food. Instead of facing them or dealing with anything, I would just hide away with something to eat. And I couldn't understand the correlation between the putting on weight and the not facing my fears. And when I said before that my life unravelled, that's exactly why, because all these things that I'd buried since I was a small child were brought to the surface. And it did take a lot of courage, but oh my God, it was worth it. It was so worth it because I'm free. And if having some courage to face things that you buried means freedom, then I can tell you firsthand it's absolutely worth it. And as Ljubica said, this work is so important. I know there are so many men and women out there like me that deserve the truth and deserve to find their own truth. And I'm absolutely passionate about sharing that with anyone who's willing to listen, anyone willing to put themselves out there and with a little courage, but lots of support, and find their own truth. You will change your life beyond imagination. That's a promise I can make.
Yeah. Yes. It's time to stop suffering. It's time to stop suffering. Another thing that I might add to this is that we need to realize that life continues even if you get the deep work done. And after you get the course done, that doesn't mean all your problems are solved. Not at all. What is, it's that you look at life with a two different pair of eyes. If I said it correctly in English, Lynn, did I?
Yeah, you did. Beautifully said.
And what we do is we learn how to face everyday life, how to say every day. I don't want even to call them problems because they become just situation, not a problem at all. Because you are equipped with right tools how to resolve those issues, if we can call them, label them the way you like it yourself, but life circumstances you're facing, and straight away as they are coming, you are seeing them as they are and processing them in a right way and resolving those situations, and if you call them issues, straight away, so you don't have to carry them all your life forward. But before you do that, and I call this maintenance. What I'm doing now, Lynn's doing now, we are still living our life with our children, families, work, whatever. We are facing whatever we are facing, but the way we are dealing with that is so different. And that's what makes us happy, satisfied most of the time, not all the time, most of the time. Well, previously for me, it was probably the other way around. I was mostly unsatisfied and could not see the exit of this situation. While now I know I am safe all the time, always. And so you are.
Mm. Beautifully said.
Thank you.
And I can add no more to that. That's a beautiful way to finish our introduction. So how are we going to do this? How are we going to share this with the world and with anyone here watching? We both have our own entities. We both work in different ways. As you can tell, Ljubica and I are both different people. And we would like to share our gifts with you together and in our own ways. So perhaps Ljubica, you'd like to introduce what you are doing each week through your own open your heart.
Yeah, thank you, Lynn. As you might have already noticed that we are very fresh in our work. In our work, that doesn't mean that we don't know what we are doing. We are quite equipped. We are doing a great work. We are starting, I am starting from the Facebook page. It is called Open Your Heart and Be Heard. We will put the headline of this. Is that what we say? Headline, is it?
A link to your Facebook page, perhaps?
Yeah, a link to my Facebook page and Lynn's Facebook page down in the description. So what we do is we get together every Monday morning, 7 a.m. Brisbane time, Australia, Brisbane time, which is different days and times in different countries, and this is international. Anyone can join. We do our calls, which we are not posting, which we are not publishing. They are confidential spaces, very safe spaces where we share our stories, experiences, whatever is there. There is way, way more. We'll talk about that in other videos. We don't want to overwhelm you with information in the first video. So, but I will take this opportunity to send an invitation to whoever comes and watches this video. Please come and just click the link on our Facebook and join me, or you can send me a personal message and I will answer to the best of my ability. Okay, what about you?
Well, it's my intention to follow on from Ljubica. She's working on a Monday morning, as she said, in Brisbane time, and Brisbane and Melbourne, where I am, time is the same at the moment. My intention is on a Tuesday morning to hold a reflect and intend session, which is a short meditation followed by an opportunity to reflect on your week and then set an intention for the week. And this is a really, really powerful work, part of what we've learnt to do, that we each do ourselves all the time, that we'd like to share with you. That will be on a Tuesday. On a Wednesday, Ljubica and I are going to have a chat together, a bit of a deep dive into some different topics that you can just listen to. It's not something that's interactive like the other two. And then on Thursdays and Friday mornings we're going to have a short meditation session at the same time. So it'll be 7 a.m. Melbourne and Brisbane time every day, as much as we can. That's what we are committing ourselves to. Mondays and Tuesdays will probably be about an hour, maybe a little more. The other days are half hour, and they'll be recorded, or up to half an hour. They'll be recorded so that if you can't get to them live or would rather do them at a different time, you'll be able to watch them later, because that'll be just Ljubica and I having a chat on one day, and then presenting a guided meditation the other 2 days. So I think that kind of explains where we're heading. Yeah.
Yes, and I would really encourage each of you who are watching and seeing that there might be something for you. Just come. There's no really there's no need to be afraid of opening that link and seeing what's happening over there. Nothing, doesn't cost you anything. We are not charging anything. So come and join us. Come and join us.
That's our main aim, isn't it? To get people to just come and look. It might not be for you, but it's worth giving it a try. What have you got to lose, really?
Nothing, really, yeah.
Nothing. And we have fun. We're not always serious.
That's right. We have fun and we celebrate our achievements, breakthroughs. There's a lot we learn. We learn from you as much as you learn from us. Don't you agree with me, Lynn? I learned a lot from other people, and
I think that's from what we've done. Ljubica has been a huge part of the growth, is to listen, to really listen to other people, and you will see solutions for yourself at the same time. You know, it's sharing and listening is such an important thing that we've kind of lost sight of. You know, women particularly used to gather and share, and we don't tend to do that in our communities anymore. So we're also busy with living life. So this is an opportunity to just do those things.
Amazing point, because how often do you meet somebody that attentively is listening? Well, I was just jumping into your call, and this is how people do. This is right. Great demonstration, like talking over each other. So how often do you find a space where you can share and open your heart fully and express yourself and talk about your experiences, your life, where there's nobody's judging you, where everybody's just holding you in love? How often are you truly feel this person is connecting and listening to me? How often? And I think with this question is probably good to wrap it up, don't you think, Lynn?
So, I think so. Beautifully said, Ljubica. Yeah. Yeah, so as you said, there are offerings. We'll put the links to our Facebook pages below. You can have a look. We'll also have on the Facebook page all of these offerings and when they're happening, and a little explanation of each of them, so you don't have to remember or rewatch this again. It'll all be there on the Facebook pages. So yeah, we invite you to come, and we'd love to meet you. We'd really love to meet you. Yeah,
we would. Thank you very much. Thank you, Lynn, and thank you everybody who's watching. Bye for now.
Thank you so much. Much love to everyone. Bye for now.